Hey everybody, this is Jon with Radenso.
And Mindi, welcome back for us.
Yes, we are back from a unfortunately long layoff, and man, it feels good to be back and doing these videos again. It
feels good to be here.
Yeah.
Like awkward a bit, it's been 10 weeks or so since.
But it's like, what a crazy 2020, I think we were all like hoping that 8 months ago we were like, oh, we'll be shipping Theia by June. And then the world kind of shut down, and we, as soon as we went back to work, we had some civil unrest near our office, and we had to shut the office down. So we literally unpacked our whole laboratory, cleared it out for COVID, brought it back in 3 days later, closed down the whole office again, took out tons of equipment. But I think, crossing fingers, knock on wood, I think we're going to be back for good this time.
But thanks for your patience during this time too, right? Like, it's difficult being, working from home and, doing the work that we can. It's not like, things just stopped here. We were able to still, research and develop here, prototype, develop, which is great, but at a slower pace, of course.
Yeah, it's just been hard to do the videos with everything broken down. I mean, we didn't even have the photography equipment in the office for the last few weeks. It was at home just for safekeeping. Yeah. But yeah, now that we're here, let's talk about what we've been up to. And we do have some cool stuff to show you. However, I do want to have one disclaimer right away. Don't worry, this is not Theia's case. It is not this big. This is just a test fixture that we use for the screen.
Yeah.
Now, there is a Theia in there, but this is much larger than the actual case would be.
She's wearing that oversized outfit.
Yeah, this is basically a screen and a test fixture.
Yeah.
So let's talk about screens for a minute. I think I've mentioned online that we are using an OLED screen, like a lot of other manufacturers are. Pretty much all of them. I mean, Escort is, Uniden is, Valentine's not, obviously, but the majority of detectors, I would say, aside from the V1, use an OLED screen. And while they have a lot of great benefits, some nice colors, really good contrast level, we know that there were some drawbacks as well with them. And the biggest drawback is probably
burn-in.
Yeah. She nailed it.
It's a real thing, right? And it doesn't matter what which vendor it's coming from, as far as whether it's from Escort or from Uniden. Burn-in is.
They've all had problems with it, yeah.
So we've been we've had a lot of long conversations, of course, about what display we're going to use and how do we choose the best or craft the best from scratch and stand behind it. So we'll actually, I think, maybe start with the warranty for Theia, if that's cool with you.
So one thing that we are all very cognizant of, Theia is not an inexpensive detector, and we really value that our customers spend a lot of hard-earned money with us. I mean, it's not easy to spend $750, $850, $950, whatever it's going to be. When you start talking about detectors in that $749 range,
some bank.
That's a lot of money. And for example, the Redline EX is Redline 360C is $749, and it's got a 1-year warranty, I believe, and it uses an OLED screen. So what happens if a year and 1 day down the road your screen burns in?
Because that's Murphy's Law. It's gonna crap out. That's when it's gonna happen.
Well, and I mean, if you look at the past Escort displays and Uniden displays, they tend to burn out not right away. It's after using them for a while. But man, $750 is a lot of money, especially for a legacy detector. And I know that I wouldn't want to feel like I just threw away that money. So what we did in the construction of Theia is we actually made the screen really, really easy to replace. It's a connectorized screen. And I think because of that, we're going to go ahead and announce an industry first. And that's a 5-year screen warranty. And that warranty follows Theia. That's not restricted to the original buyer. And the reason that we did that is because we want you to feel like you're getting money's worth from your product and that you're protected. Let's face it, nobody needs a Theia. This is a luxury purchase. It's a tool or a toy.
I need a Theia.
Yeah, well.
Okay, I need a Theia.
And I know when I buy something that I've been waiting for a long time, I want to feel happy. I want to feel good emotionally about it too. And I don't think that happens if you're worrying about losing your $750 to $850 or $950 investment after a year and a day. And I also am not going to do that thing where oh, you bought a Theia used and there's burn in, oh, we're not going to service it because we don't have your serial number in the original purchase. This is supposed to be the best detector on the market. It's on us, the manufacturer, to make sure that our screen doesn't fail and to take care of it if it does. It's not on you to make sure that you do your homework when you're buying it. So 5-year, basically unlimited screen warranty on Theia. If it burns out, whether it's new or used, send it to us, we'll replace it and ship it back to you.
Awesome. And then for the Detector overall, we looked at same thing, major purchase. When I buy a new iPhone, it comes with a standard 1-year warranty. We have the option of buying, Apple Care or maybe carrier, insurance, what have you. We really felt that we needed to have a 2-year warranty with Theia, and it will be an industry first for a windshield mount detector to have a 2-year warranty from us right here in Cincinnati, and we'll have a 2-year radar ticket-free guarantee as well, which is huge. We know that Theia is going to be probably the most trusted piece of your driving toolkit, and we're that confident that we're offering that 2-year warranty, 2-year ticket-free guarantee for you guys.
When we say 2x something, whether it's 2x the warranty or 2x the ticket-free guarantee, we don't have an asterisk after that. You're going to get double the warranty of anything else out there.
Here's your umbrella for your shade. But yeah, it's very, very true. But there's
that my AI is holding my umbrella. I'm sorry.
Bless your heart. Okay. There's a lot of, I'm sure, questions and all that jazz. We will address all of that later. We just wanted to kind of give you guys a sneak peek into what we're talking about for warranty.
We're building this for long term. We're going to stand behind it.
Yeah, and we know this is an investment. This is not going to be I'm going to use it for 6 months and then. No, we know you're going to have this in your arsenal for a long time. So let's take it at the screen and the OLED and some of the things that we talked about, burn-in, right? And burnout. Those are 2 real things that we focus on. What about an issue with like polarized lenses for glasses?
So like any device that's going to be used in a vehicle, a lot of us wear sunglasses. So this screen works totally fine with polarized sunglasses. That is one thing that I know people have asked. It's fairly bright as well. We haven't had any issues viewing it in direct sunlight. Again, it isn't OLED, so it's not going to be 5 times as bright as anything else. I think OLEDs in general still suffer compared to LCD brightness, but this should be really enjoyable to use even in direct sunlight.
The biggest thing is probably, and then the meat and potatoes of this video is going to be really about user interface.
Well, yes, and before we get to user interface, I do think one important thing to mention about this screen is that it has the highest pixel density of any radar detector screen. So for those of you that may not be familiar with that term, it's kind of like within a rectangle or a square, you can only have so many pixels, right? And if you have a low resolution or the pixels are large, it kind of makes things look blurry or text. It almost kind of looks like an old calculator, right?
We were talking about this earlier this afternoon. We were looking at a competitor product, and I was like, I can't. Is that an O or a D? I couldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one of our requirements with the screen, which we did have custom made for us, was that it does have higher pixel density than anything else on the market. And while it's not like an Apple Retina display, I mean, I'm not going to throw the marketing too far here. I do think it is a noticeable step up in clarity versus like an Escort or a Uniden screen. It's just one of those things that when you look at the text on the screen, you kind of don't, it doesn't feel like a radar detector because it looks better than what we've become accustomed to.
Yeah, totally. Pixelated junk, right?
Yeah.
User interface is something very near and dear to my heart. I am your typical driver who likes to go fast, and I get lost in the hell.
I hate every detector. All Radenso user interfaces are terrible.
Yeah.
And I will also say I think Escort and Unidens are terrible.
Yeah, I was joking earlier. It's like Contra, like left, right, up, down, A, B, whatever.
I use detectors every single day, and sometimes I still get confused what button exits the menu or what button changes a setting versus advances, because when you're using 4 or 5 different detectors and all of them do things differently, it's a pain, to be totally honest.
So one of the great reasons we went with a knob, which is also
with a screen. That's a critical thing.
And it's funny because the V1G2 gets rid of the knob, which I
swear we did not know about when we made that choice.
No, I mean this was a
long time ago.
Yeah, I mean last year we decided that the knob was going to happen. And we were all floored, obviously, when the V1G2 came out. We're like, dude, where's the knob? But again, knob or no knob, you know, to each their own. But we are fans of the knob.
Yep. So one of the really cool things about a knob is that with a screen is it makes menu navigation effortless. So I had Jason time me, and I can be starting from a normal screen, I can be in, change any setting in the detector, and be out in 5 seconds flat. On a lot of detectors, you have to hold buttons down for 2 seconds just to get into the menu, and then again to get back out, let alone in, scroll, change, out.
And God forbid you're trying to do it at a stoplight. Like,
exactly.
There's no time. You got to literally pull over for a rest stop to make a detector change.
So the other thing, as anybody who's used a Valentine knows, like the V1G1 is so easy to change the volume on. I mean, you just reach up and twist, right? And I like how just intuitive it is. I mean, you can kind of gauge when you're driving, like a big twist or a small twist, how much you want to go. And you also get more granularity versus like a 10-step volume system.
Also, side note, this is not the knob for production.
Yeah, this is purely a test fixture that we have.
Yeah, just want to re-emphasize that though with a knob.
So with the volume, the way that the UI works is if there's nothing going on, you can just rotate the knob and it defaults to volume. And you'll see that it is in 0 to 101% steps, which again is really, really, really nice. And it's pretty responsive. We have the timeout short, so it will dump you back to your main screen right after you're done with that. And about the main screen, let's talk about that. So this is completely configurable however you want. What we have here is, frankly, probably going to look even different for production. This is still a fairly early beta test UI, I would say. But we do have functional, your compass, your speed display, frequency display works. It will tell you what altitude you're at. And all of those, you can choose whether you want to see them or not, which is one of the settings that we'll go ahead and change later on. I'm going to take some close-up footage of us changing settings, and that's one of the ones that we're going to do.
Because like I don't want my time to be seen on my screen.
Yeah,
I just want my speed.
Literally any element on the UI will be able to be customized by you.
Amazing.
Some other cool features that we built in. Let's just go into the menu and kind of scroll around and see what we get. So to get into the menu, you just quick tap and then you're in. So you'll see that it's organized in a way that lets you choose what submenu you want to go into. So if it's something with display, you can go into the display menu. You've got alerts, user preferences, GPS. Those are kind of like the 4 main categories. Let's go ahead and change the color on our screen.
I can change the color on my screen?
Just like the Pro M, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to scroll over to display, and you're going to choose color. And one nice thing about having a screen like this is we can actually show you color swatches. And this is something that we're going to really, really expand on. There's no reason why we only have to have like 3 or 4 different color swatches. We're even thinking of doing like different palettes. Like it could be a
cool tones.
Yeah, cool tones or vivid or whatever you want, and you can even choose those. But you can just select one of these actual color palettes. Let's go red. We'll kind of look like a Uniden. Hit enter, and then to exit back to the main menu, you just hold the button for a second. Done. So to see how quickly you can do that, let's just run through this again. Menu, display, color, change it back to white, hold, done. To me, that is so much faster than any other detector to change a setting.
Yeah. I mean, I struggle bus with, I'm just going to be real. I may or may not have been running the Redline 360C for the last two days, and all I wanted to do was change alert tones and colors.
But in fairness, ours is just as terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not even a manufacturer thing.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. You can't even go backwards on our Pro M in the menus. It's ridiculous.
This is why we have Theia.
And yes, you can rotate the knob both ways and go forward and backwards.
Yeah, lovely.
Let's take a quick look at some of the other cool features in the UI. So I mentioned in the display that you can change what you want, what features you want in the main display, and that's, for now at least, I don't know if we'll call this in the final version, we call that sub-display. And if you click on sub-display, you can see that you can select like speed, altitude, or compass. Let's go ahead and remove speed, just so I can show you guys how it works. You just choose on or off. And we'll go back to the home screen. Done. And you can see that right here where you used to have a speed display, it's gone. So simple stuff. Other detectors do that type of thing. But I think this is an easy way to do it.
Absolutely. And again, it's the tailoring it to you. Friendly reminder, since it is open API.
Oh yeah, this could all be changed. Like if somebody wants to go in and add features, change the menu structure, it's totally fine.
It's incredible.
And there's already some stuff in here. Again, this is a very beta. Like we're changing this almost every day at this point now that we're beta testing. But even for like alerts, like you'll see that we have stuff in here, even like door opener or BSM, and 99% of people won't want to be alerted that there's a BSM. But it's still kind of a cool party trick. Like I think it's yeah, right here you go, BSM. If somebody does want to say like, look, my detector knows that's a BSM, you could do that too. It's just kind of like a fun thing that we're putting in there.
Most detectors do that currently as a built-in feature.
Oh yeah, they just announced it as K-band. But yeah, it's just little fun stuff like that is kind of fun to bake into the UI.
That's awesome.
So.
Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, right? Available in this detector?
Yep, obviously those can be turned off as well. I mean, like I don't even know where, I don't even remember where Wi-Fi is in this menu structure, just because it changes every day. But again, just to see how intuitive it is, I'm guessing it's going to be under user prefs. Yep, there it is. Wi-Fi. We'll turn it on and back to the main menu. Done.
That's awesome.
And I swear I didn't know where that was in the menu.
No, I mean literally, it's changing every day.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I'm sure you guys have a lot more questions, right? This is just a.
Yeah, we wanted to get some kind of video out, just because it's been so long, and I think you're going to start seeing some really good information starting to come out now that we're in beta testing at this point internally. We don't have units out on the forums. So in the coming days and weeks, you're going to start seeing maybe some more stuff about what the actual case looks like, maybe some sensitivity results. So stay patient with us. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Trust me, it's killing us as well.
I'm so happy.
We feel like it's taffy that just like stretches but will never snap.
Yeah.
That's how this whole development process feels. So make sure to subscribe and enable notifications to stay on top of the latest Theia updates. And until next week, this is Jon and Mindi signing off. Thanks, guys.